Hello, Joshua Callan here. Just to do a quick intro. A couple things first. As you'll hear in the video, my anxiety is pretty up there. One of the reasons is because this laptop that I'm recording this video on is I can no longer render videos effectively. Literally, I preview for like a minute, then it stops. It has to render the rest. So yeah, this computer is basically it can't do YouTube rendering and it can't do games. I can play games, but only a few select, and at that, it's very iffy. Uh, I might be able to play for a little while, but then the game freezes for like 20 seconds, which is a little infuriating. Second off, the weed whacker you see in the first part of the video, that's the first one. That one got killed. That one killed itself. I don't know what happened. I was running 50 to 1 oil mix. It was basically nuclear meltdown, and I think it nuked its coil for the ignition coil. So you'll probably see in the second video about the new weed whacker. Second new weed whacker. Yep. Enjoy the video. It is a fairly long one. I've been taking bits and pieces of this video over the last 4 weeks. So hope you enjoy. Bye. Hello, Joshua Collin here. Thought I'd do a update. I've been busy dealing with anxiety, that kind of stuff. So let's first off start with my light tower. I'm gonna try and look at the phone, not what I'm looking at. Just it's a habit. So as you can see, it looks a little different. You see 2 blue areas. So first off, 2 weekends ago, I ended up removing the T-bar assembly right here. Basically getting off in preparation of fixing it. That means I don't have to haul this to my work or wherever I want to fix it. I can just work on it without having to haul this big thing around. I'm probably going to just leave the 3-stage mast. It's about a 30-foot mast off. So I was unable to remove one of the old connectors. I was able to get that last weekend using a cold chisel punch. I punched the locking nut off, then it pushed right out with the long drive pin punch. First I punched out the center, then I punched out the metal part, and it's a clean hole. Didn't have to take out a drill, so that was kind of nice. Second off, you don't see is the power cord. So I was able to remove it. It's actually right there on the wheel horse. I'll get to the wheel horse in a sec. Nothing major with the wheel horse. So I removed it. I figured I'll just work that way I can work on it and I can just put it together and then take it apart. So I'm not going to be soldering all the connections together. I'm going to use Panduit brand insulated spade terminals that I will also cover with 600 volt rated heat shrink. That way it's rated without 1200 volts, and the open circuit voltage of this unit is 1000 volts out of the transformer. I just want to have a little extra safety, so there's that. That way I can just plug and play, and if I need to replace something, I can. I just got to recrimp it. I don't have to desolder and then resolder and all that. So I also removed it from here, removed it from this cover. I got to redo the crimps from this wire harness into here. So there's that. And when I was taking it apart, I found that giant pinch. So later today, I'm going to ROJ here and here, pull the old outer sleeve off. If the inner conductors are still okay, just a little deformed, I'm going to still use this. If not, I got to buy a new cable. And these are the terminals that I got. Some of them are just atrocious, the crimps ends. So there's that. And where it was pinching is, here's your stationary section, here's the first stage. This little stop log right here, or the stop bar, was actually, it pinched in between here and here. So I'm gonna deal with that when I get around to it. But first, this thing is going to need to have a timing belt done. That's part of one of the reasons why my anxiety is so high, is if I don't have this thing running, and if I don't have that Onan running and built how I at least built good enough, I'm gonna have a very bad year in my mind for my display. Is I will only be able to run my Honda EG 1400, which means I only can run the Jensen steam engines, which, again, in my mind, that's a very bad year, and I'm trying to avoid that. Again, that's my anxiety talking. So there's that. So now onto the wheel horse, nothing too major. I just got to fix this fuel leak. It's either here or here. I'll probably, maybe I can just tighten this a little bit, because I'm not quite sure where it's leaking, but I think it's leaking from here. It's only leaks when it's running, I think. So there's that. Another thing is my 4-stroke is down for the count. I'm not even bother fixing that. It's too much money. So for the time being, until I can go cordless, I'm not going corded, just because it'd be a hard time, because I was out here and I move around this stuff pretty quick. And so I'm gonna go corded or cordless, have 2 batteries, run my Honda generator to charge the batteries, or use the big 4 kilowatt Onan to basically have a charger here, down here, run it, charge the batteries while I weed whack, and then about 45 minutes later to an hour, swap batteries and continue. Or just bring 2 fully charged batteries with, and that would equal about an hour and a half. So I might just do that, just bring 2 fully charged batteries with me. So yeah, there's that. So this is a Ryobi 2-stroke full crank. The thing runs amazing, except that there's a weird smell. I think it's the Master Pro synthetic blend 2-stroke oil. I run 50 to 1. The guy previous was running 40 to 1. So there's that. Craftsman's doing fine. Not many issues with that. Yes, it'd be nice to rewire it so that the headlights don't flicker when you power the engine down, but that's just how I have it wired. Yeah, but otherwise it's running amazing. Oh, so the magnet that I put on here is plenty strong enough. I don't have an issue that way. I'm back. Just a real quick thing. My video editor is being dumb and having a hard time. So there's a part of the video that it got corrupted, so I'm going to fill in. So I talk about, first thing is the hour meter that came off my Ryobi 4-stroke is going to go on my Craftsman, and I'm going to get another one for the Honda. Yeah. Because the one that's currently on there likes to go blank and reset itself when it's cold. Go figure. Now back to the video. I'm back. It's been another week. Things have transpired. Anxiety is still up there, so just gotta love it. I'm slowly working through it, and as you can see, I have been going through this. The giant stack of tires on the floor is now up on the shelf because I sold the stainless steel dryer drum, and those are the parts from it. I'll go through everything. So yeah, I'm just going through things, just trying to ease my anxiety a little bit and all that. It's just I'm slowly working through it. I filled both of these kerosene lamps. I use them in my storage unit, so if the timer goes out and it's pitch black out, I still have a little bit of light. So I overfilled them. Now we know not to do that. Whoops. So things look a little different. First off, old CD rack. I haven't yet to post, but I'm going to post it. The reason why I shovel and rake are out is because of that. I'll get to that in a quick sec. So the Briggs NB, or the Briggs B model, or Z model, I think it was a B model, gone. It's in the scrap pile. That's the fuel tank off of it, which is about a gallon, which I will be keeping just due to it has a nice bracket, and this is the oil, one of the oil plugs, so I'm keeping that. Hold the H40, which I'm keeping, by the way, has good spark. And this is actually an external gear pump. So there's a external cage that rotates the internal gear. No, this is an internal gear pump, not an external. External, the two gears by side. So this is an internal gear pump. I'm not quite sure about it, and I found out this is a Wayne brand. I'm trying to get some information about it. I finally pulled the wire harness apart for the dryer, separated the 2,000 watt heater and its safety limits apart from the blower. This is 100 CFM. I'm keeping the wire diagram, so if I ever figure out how to use it, I can figure that out. That's the intake manifold to that. I removed it, so this thing sits better, and I will not be using that if I end up using this. This thing is a little tight. I'm not quite sure why. For now, I'm going to save it, but it might end up scrap, but I'm keeping the engine. Engine feels like it has good compression, has good spark. So there's that. My hoard of fuel tanks. It's going to be getting another one. And this is a free wood stove. I don't know if you can see, but I think I can. So, thing is, pretty filthy on the inside. I was browsing Marketplace one day, and this thing popped as up a free, so I grabbed it. I might convert this to burn wood and mix the bad gasoline I have. I'm not quite sure, but it was a free camping stove. It's not that too heavy to move around. Came with 2 sections of exhaust pipe or smokestack. There's another section on here with a cap, which is somewhere. Oh, there it is. So there's the cap, but that's for a gas stove. I'll have to probably get a new one. Internal grate and the side grates, and the legs are there for it. So yeah, the top has quite the dish to it, but that's not too big of a deal. Quick thing about the two-stroke weed whacker in the previous clip, it wrecked itself. So I was using it, it basically got to a point where it would stall out when you'd idle it, like if you need to clear tall grass from the brush, from the trimmer head. And it basically, I had to idle it to clean the trimmer head off, and it wouldn't want to restart. Turns out it no longer has spark. And the thing was in thermal meltdown temperature right here wise. So that is actually sitting up right there. It's basically parts for right now. But I got another new power head. That's where that other trimmer head up there came from. So there's that. Fan is very helpful in this hot muggy. This is a Dietz number 50. I gotta get a new burner assembly and burner for it because it doesn't really want to work. Box of miscellaneous ends I'm gonna go through. Like I was saying, I'm going through everything. Picked that up on the side of the road for free. I picked this, I don't know if I showed you, but I ended up picking this cart up for like $4 on my way back from getting this yellow cart that the Onan is currently sitting on. That way it's a little bit more mobile. This will be its cart temporarily, but on the smokestack form I have to go wider because of how unstable these are. So like I said, this is just temporary, and probably what I'll end up doing is if I get a 2.5 kilowatt 1800 RPM Onan, this will be its cart for that. Don't mind the bird behind me. Like I said, I'm going through everything's a mess. So the stack of tires were there, now they're up there. I'm getting rid of 2 electric heaters because I no longer need them since I got the big 5 kilowatt. And I got 2 more down at Makerspace plus these 2. I don't think I'll need that many. So, and I can run these 2 off the big Onan over there. So, yep. Not much has changed under here. Like I said, I'm slowly going through this. This pile is going to be kind of hard to go through because I got the grills for the MTDs along with the hoods and plus all the front tires. So I might shuffle the tires over there just so all the tires are together. I'm not quite sure. Like I said, I'm still going through it. These are the 2 circuit boards out of that dryer. I don't need them in my pile of electronic e-waste. Yes, I collect e-waste and just make a giant pile of it. So, yep. Pardon the mess, just going quickly back to the Onan, pardon the mess, but that Wisconsin TJD gas tank, I saw a picture of one. It actually sits up. It's actually going to go center on here. Muffler's going to be underneath, pointing that way. The Group 31 battery is going to sit here, and then this Fortson toolbox I'm actually going to use for all adapters is going to bolt like right here. I'm going to probably build a bracket to go on here to mount that, so that's where that's going to live. These 2 fuse holders are going to be replaced with circuit breakers. This one I'll probably keep for now, might replace it in the long run. So this, again, this is one of the items that it'd be nice to get going, but it'd be nice to have it done and over with. But I know my friend who I want to make a deal with, he's currently sick, and I've been able to hear from him, and that's again causing my anxiety to go through the roof. So I'm going to work on this for a little bit. I might come back or might not. If not, thanks for watching. Please comment or subscribe, and I'll see you next one. Bye.